A few years ago, Kathy prepared this nice backdrop behind me for one of our vacation Bible schools. And we liked it so much we decided to keep it. But isn't this great? I thought we would take a boat ride today, get out of the house and enjoy a nice calm boat ride today. And want to bring you some more thoughts about Jonah before we leave Jonah. So this boat kind of reminds me of being with Jonah, although his ride was a little bit stormier than this. I want to kind of walk through the book with you and show you the things that God prepared. We talked about Kathy preparing this backdrop. It says in chapter 1, verse 4, that God prepared the storm that beat on the ship. In chapter 1:17, God prepared the great fish. Now let's be clear about this. If the Lord could speak the universe into being, making a fish to carry Jonah is no big deal for him. In chapter 4, verse 6, it says that God prepared a plant to give Jonah some shade. And then in verse 7, God prepared a worm to eat that plant. And then in verse 8 of chapter 4, God prepared a scorching east wind. Think about all the things that God prepared just to get Jonah to go to Nineveh. And I think, although the text doesn't say so, God also prepared the people of Nineveh to hear Jonah's message. In chapter 3, verse 10, it tells us that when the people heard the message of repentance, they repented. And because they responded in such a way, God relented of the judgment that he was about to bring upon them. As uncomfortable as it is to think this, God has prepared this virus for whatever his purposes are, whether we understand them or not. I think it's up to us to respond appropriately, to respond with repentance, to respond with humility. And then maybe, like Nineveh, the Lord will relent and give us a break from this virus. Would you think about that today? Let's think about repentance and humility.